Hello and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. For today we are going to hit you with a special one, the Samira all-in adventure. We have a fresh Samira lane into a Lucian Yuumi lane, but there's one certain issue that many of you have encountered so many times, the existence of the enemy jungle. They have a Twitch which is very infamous for early ganks, so we need to go for wards very early on. Another thing we have to keep in mind is the side we are playing on, which is the red side, so the enemy jungler has an easy way of ganking us, so we have to be very aware of this, and our jungler is pathing away, which is very undesirable for us as a laner duo, because the enemy can just do one camp and come up here and get us killed, so any HP we trade just immediately could spell death for us. So we just focus on the wave, go for some trading, even though the trading wasn't as fortunate. It's just too much of a risk to really go in. And then the Twitch makes its appearance. My Thresh is already 4 stacks, he needs to flash now or he dies to the Twitch gank. And yeah, he dies to the E and we just have to go away. There's not much we can do at this point right now outside of just doing nothing during the early stages of the game until we see the Twitch. The issue is, Twitch in the early stages, since he's a ranged champion, is very annoying to deal with. Also having red buff makes it even more toxic. Lucian alone, also as like the Yuumi, provide very high power in the sense of an early game, and however this laser hit me, I do not know, but it's just absolute bullshit. You know how it goes. For Yuumi in general, Yuumi is a very powerful laner. Even if she just de-attaches and auto-attacks you, and she just doesn't even trade in any HP, she beats you up for free. The best thing we can do is try to go for a freeze and wait until we see the Twitch, try to be as healthy as possible and in a state where we don't get hit. And again, I get hit by the laser, they're just completely stomping me by just hitting me with damage that I assume I would avoid, but well, I guess they're just too good. They're already in my head right now. Even though if we just flame here, there's too many minions, we can't really do too much, there's nothing to accomplish, we just want to push this wave, maybe even the next wave, and then just go base. Since we've seen the Twitch in the river for a brief moment, we just go home now and enable our jungle to go to the enemy blue buff. It's completely free for him now because the Twitch chooses to go for something quote-unquote proactive since he cannot clear jungle as fast as the Morgana could, and the Morgana is taking away enemy jungle camps. The Twitch is now rotating to the blue buff, but the Morgana will clear it fast enough, and we just go back to laning. This state of the game is still okay for us, even though we got we gave 1 kill away to the Twitch. With Samira and Thresh, it's very easy to still snowball. All that needs to happen is one Fateful Hook or one Fateful Flay on enemy mistake and we just get insta kills. Sadly here we cannot really punish the enemy rotation with the Scry's Bloom, or not the Scry's Bloom, the Scuttle Crab here, but our Morgana, since we path back to the left side, probably gets a free kill here, which is very good for her, coming back into the game, out farming the Twitch, getting more gold than the Twitch, and hopefully scaling fast enough to be more powerful than the Twitch. But there's one thing we need to keep in mind when it comes to Twitch. He can always open up on us, and if we don't flash into his face, we will most likely lose the game. If the game goes into the later stages of the game, that is. Generally speaking, for laning, we can still kill them, but we need to know where Twitch is. If Twitch appears when they're doing this and we go in, we just immediately lose. So even though it's not a good thing for us, now is that we are seeing Twitch, we can think about something, but the minion wave has gotten too big. So again, we are basically forced to not do too much. An alternative play for the Thresh could be to go to another lane and try to help something, try to do something there. Needlessly to say, it's always a difficult thing because it's trust, it's like realizing, can they dive me? There's a lot of variance possible, even though it's the right play at some in some situations. And the Twitch is just keeping on getting kills. And here we have a brief moment where we can just maybe get some brief damage onto them. Now there's like a bazillion wards again that have to be cleared. And the enemy, ooh, dodges the hook but cannot dodge the Morgana, who has snuck in from the left-hand side, and we're just going for a quick kill. Sadly, nobody tanked for me as I walked up earlier, so I can't just dash in because I would die, since Yuumi is such a tanky champion. You know what would be funny? Like, if anyone would tell me the base stats of the... Ooh, the Twitch is really... Like, he's really brave, but we need to be really careful. Like, if any one of us gets 5-stacked by the poison and he uses third ability, if we're too close together, we just die. But so far, I haven't checked this. I believe Yuumi has higher base stats than a Syndra. And if that is the case, then please, for the love of God, let us nerf Yuumi. Because this champion is unnaturally tanky and deals so much damage for zero reason and is so hard to punish unless you have certain champions. And even then, it's very difficult because most of the time they're just heavily scaling, since Yuumi is a very brutal scaling champion, however is very good during the laning phase, unless you're focusing on just playing into, like, if you're playing to tanks and very heavy engage, you just die. And this Lucian here should be very careful. If nobody's with him, I will just kill him, because my champion is so much stronger than his, and he needs to be very much aware, and I made a mistake. He just walked too close, I just dash into his face, and then just kill him. If you play against Samira, please do yourselves a favor, don't walk too close, she will instantly kill you. Please don't use an ability in front of her, she will just dash into your forehead, and you will just immediately die. The Yuumi has also abandoned her AD carry to just stick with the Twitch now for probably the reason to snowball the game. We have also some server issues recently. Like, every few games, you have like 5 minutes of just pure terror for no reason. And yeah, many of you might also be wondering why I'm not going full lethality. I prefer the tankier approach with high burst early damage with sustain over the lethality version. It just allows me to go for more crazy stuff without just instantly dying, even though the other variant does more damage against squishy champions. But I can also die very fast, and I don't like this. With the Yuumi leaving lane, trying to get the Twitch ahead even more, we are now presented with a lot of extra gold, and since I was left alone isolated against the Lucian, it was an easy pickup for my champion. My Thresh can also really much help all the other people on the map to just get things done, but there's one big problem. The enemy's team composition does indeed look very scary. They have a scaling Aurelion Soul, they have a Mundo, they have a Twitch and a Yuumi and a Lucian. So they have frontline, they have decent peel, and they have a lot of damage. And my champion only works in one way, and that way is going in. And as soon as that does, oh, what a nice veil by the Yuumi onto the Twitch, so the Thresh couldn't hook him and lantern me in. But yeah, this game can only be won by us if we either hardcore snowball or they make a mistake and go too close to us. If they go too close to us, I can just flash E or just go in and we just get them immediately killed. I can also root them in place for a little bit longer, getting closer here. Me still being used to the old Aurelion Soul, me pressing my W or second ability, and I have to go out because I dash over the wall like an absolute buffoon. The cat still dies. Then the Lucian goes over the wall as well. A beautiful flay by my teammate so I can just hook him up again. That was very much too close for comfort. And all because I just dashed over the wall like a goon. But yeah, back to the main topic. I need to go in instantly, and I need my Thresh to also go in instantly. If that doesn't happen, we have a big, big problem. We need to win instantly. Any extended fight is just an immediate L for us. And Morgana and Thresh have decent pick potential, but our Lux keeps on dying. Like, where was she even? Why is she in Narnia Southwest trying to explore the map? We don't know. But yeah. Also, what you probably will be seeing here is me just being way too trigger happy with my second ability, not utilizing it to its fullest extent. And yeah, I'm just walking after the bros here, not even getting an assist. Feels bad, man. We see the Twitch on the other side of the map again, so we can just go for a free mid lane push. What we can also do is we can go for a trap here. Surely he will not just walk into us. He saw, like, he sees me on the wall here. Certainly he will not go. He's actually going. He is actually coming here. He's an absolute madman. He has no respect for these champions. And if anyone, like, if that, oh, there's one thing I need to mention. If the Mundo walks in first without his damage dealers being close enough, he allows me to stack my style. And if I stack my style, I can just dash to the enemy backline and press my ult. If that happens, the Twitch will die too fast. He will not be able to do anything to turn the tides anymore. And since the enemy has so much potential burst damage, I really just want to have the shield bow as a second item, just to make sure I do not just explode. Another idea I have here is I'll also go for Proto Belt because I just need to reach the Twitch. The Twitch is the highest threat target here, and if he dies, our chances of winning are so much higher. The Twitch again, going for a very interesting play. I'm just running to the lantern as fast as possible. We are now finally here. We are close enough. His auto attacks cannot hit anymore. We just get the beautiful coming in combo with the Morgana as well. Now we are hunting down the dragon. The dragon is trying to get away. We're just chasing after him. Morgana's just trying to deny him like a tiny bit. I'm just spending my third ability into the into his range as good as possible. Maybe I can even reach the Lucian here. The Lucian is casting his ultimate, trying to deal damage for no reason, even using exhaust to get maybe one kill. And even if he gets the kill, it's not even remotely perfect because they don't get anything from this. And now for us, it's time to take the enemy jungle camps because we can't take the enemy, the enemy mid lane tower fast enough. So we just pick up enemy jungle camps to make sure they lose something. And obviously I will not lose this, to example, to a Mundo, right? There's just no way I lose this to a cleaver. Just joking, I lost it to a cleaver. Well, it is what it is. Again, here the enemy has a bounty on the mid lane tower, so what you want to do is you want to clear the mid lane wave first before they can go for the tower, because let's just imagine the tower had more HP and would be more of an objective than just, well, basically paper to kill. And we see the Twitch in the mid lane going for another play, killing the tower here, getting the strategic bounty, and we just get a free dragon for this. In this game, obviously getting the soul is not as game-changing as I always say, it's not really that impactful. But everything you get given for free is better, and if you just flash over a wall when the Samira still has a third ability up, you'll just die instantly as long as she has vision. Yeah. So in this game, we're going closer to the Ocean Soul, which will help us survive. It's not really that much healing, but, well, every little bit can count. I would have preferred an Infernal Soul because it's an actual soul that actually has impact on the game in a very positive manner over the other souls. And again, we need to be really careful. We need to clear this one wave up here, and then we just immediately have to go towards the Nasher. They have very high damage with multiple carries and a tank, which means they have a very high likelihood of maybe just attempting Baron close to spawn. And with the map being as dark as it is a genuine possibility. And we have to check this, because if they're doing it, we might just lose the game because they get so much time gifted for free and so much gold gifted for free. Our Thresh is also to face check for us just to know what's happening. We even spot them on the Nasher. The Morgana sees it, flashes in, goes for the smite. We just go in with the second ability. We just instantly pop the Twitch. The Yumi's also left alone, the poor little cat, and now the Mundo also falls. We get a quick little cleanup on the entire enemy team apart from 2 people with the Lucian and the A-Soul still being alive, and we just run down mid lane right now. Our teammates are currently being busy on the side lane trying to take a look at the bad dragon being so scary instead of just pushing other lanes. Maybe the dragon will die, but we'll sadly not be able to finish here because of the Nexus shield. Maybe we'll be able to deal some good damage. I don't know if we can potentially do this if we just ignore the Lucian. I do not really know. I think if we just ignore the Lucian, I don't know. Honestly, yeah, I think if Thresh just ignores the Lucian, there's a chance, oh, we just going for another play, just going for a quick combo, he just flashed away, we just have to walk back up there to get a lovely lantern. What a beautiful lantern by my teammate. And yeah, Samira has a lot of burst damage. And yeah, I think in this case it would have been probably better if we let the Lucian come closer, and if he comes close enough we just one-tap him, outside of just reaching so far to the Lucian. We also see that there's a pink ward or control ward, so we know that the Twitch knows if we come too close from the left side, so we have to hug a little bit further left to just make sure he cannot spot us. Sadly, my Thresh forgets about that control ward on the right-hand side, so he walks too close. He knows that he's in that brush now, and he just walks away. This time, the Twitch paid attention to what is happening and avoided certain death. We have another massive item spike in the base with the power of our lovely Infinity Edge, and now we're getting closer to the Mortal Reminder just to make sure we deal even more damage. The anti-healing is really helpful against the Yuumi and well, not so much against the Mundo because it's not healing necessarily outside of a second ability, but you know the idea, just the armor pen enough is good. And here we need to be very careful to not always see the Twitch early enough so now we can finally go for a play. And hopefully I don't get rooted or anything. And I just can't reach. It's too far away. I get rooted because I don't use my second ability. I use it too late and I just die like a little piglet. So in this fight, if you want to play it better, I need to get closer faster, and then I can use my second ability to get closer and then dash in. But the way the fight is played, like if I have to walk in and like reach 15 kilometers, it's very difficult for me to do anything. But nevertheless, if I played it better, which I believe I could have most certainly, it's way easier. And I believe now the Lux could try to deny the Mundos back, so the minions in mid lane could walk deeper into the enemy base, or like the Fresh Ghost to deny. Like anyone could have probably maybe denied the recall, and then maybe they could have ended the game. I don't know, I don't want to be spreading false information, but it could have been at least an option. Doesn't matter though, we have Elder and Dragon coming up. So, since it's our soul, right? The enemy might think, let's deny this, but we are thinking one step further. Look at the state of the enemy base. What ends the game more likely? An Ocean Soul or getting a Baron buff? So, what we're gonna do here is, we're gonna push out the top wave, and then we're gonna rotate down to the Baron, completely ignoring the Dragon, and making sure that the enemy can't do anything. We will leave a ward maybe on the way here, just to know what they're doing, we push out mid lane, and then we go for the Baron. They can't really do anything about this. They still have to fear about the fact that we might run down mid lane, and we could have even finished mid lane if we saw them earlier. Or Lux is keeping them at bay at the Dragon, having some funsies. And yeah, we could have actually finished mid lane because the enemy was hyper-focusing on the Dragon. Even though we expected them to just gravitate around the Dragon, they fully committed onto the top side of the map, which would have immediately lost them the game. Now we have gotten Baron Nashor, and our focus should be running down bot lane without anything else. Like, we should not realistically do anything else because we need to know where the Twitch is, and then we can make plays. As soon as we know where the Twitch is, we can do whatever we want to do because he'll most likely appear with the Yuumi. So yeah, it's a lot of slow play here. We just take a look at them again. The Twitch opens up on the left side. We just have to play it very slow. We just get our style stacked here, and we just have to walk away again. Maybe we can go for a trap in this lovely brush here. Maybe not. But yeah, again, we shouldn't go towards mid lane. I believe it's not the correct play to go there. It's like the inhibitor is open and the space in general isn't very good for us. But now since we're split, all the plays do not work anymore. Like, we just have to run away again. Like, even if let's say if I go with them, it could have worked, but if I don't go with them, it cannot work. The Twitch opens up on me. I've used my second ability to avoid most of the issue. And I have to walk away again, losing my lifeline passive, losing my nullifying up cooldown, quickly going to the KFC camp to heal up. The Mundo is now doing exactly what I said to not do. He's giving me free stacks. I get into the backline of the enemy team, a quick little lag, and I just quickly insta-kill the enemy Twitch. Now I'm about to commit a big mistake. I didn't realize that the Aurelion Soul would be coming over to the lovely camp, and he's just outranging me, whereas my second ability is utterly useless against him. If I played this better, I think we just win the game, because all I had to do was walk away from the wolf pit, walk to the bottom lane, and once I'm at the bottom lane, I can use the minions there to heal up, and since they cannot threaten me by walking too close to me, because if I get my E cooldown up again, I will just insta-kill them. So, big mistake on my end, and here I'm just buying buying teleport just to have it. I'm not necessarily thinking of using it, I just want to have it, and if you buy it for the first time, it doesn't have a cooldown. If you swap trinkets, it will have cooldown, so please keep that one in mind. What I'll be doing now is I'll probably swap this to Protobelt, and I'll even go for a quick little Hex Drinker, just so the Aurelion Soul does a little bit less damage to me. Because all the other damage I cannot really mitigate. I could go for a physical item, for an armor item, but it's not really going to change too much. Because if I go in, I'll just quickly use my second ability to block all the projectiles, and then we just go for a one-tap. We see the Twitch on the top-hand side, on the top left side. We see a fight starting on the right-hand side, but we just need to know to instantly go onto the Twitch. Like, the moment he appears, we just go onto him. I trust my teammate to just go for a smite because I'll use my second ability so the Twitch cannot use an alt attack, and the Twitch appears, we use our second ability, we instantly turn on him, and he just instantly disappears. He just instantly went into Narnia. And exactly this needs to happen. The Twitch isn't allowed to get a single second of anything in the game. He needs to instantly die. If that doesn't happen, we might just lose the game. because the Twitch can just kite backward, and if he does so, things get really troublesome for us. And now with all the things we have, we can just end the game through mid lane. We just deal some little damage onto the Mundo, do some extra here. The Assault has to flash, he does so. But still dies to the Morgana Liandry's of the Elder. Quickly picking up both waves here, and then we just go for the end. We just hit on the Nexus, we just don't care about anything else. Our Lux is hitting people instead of the Nexus, but we finally end the game. And yeah, as you see, Samira is a very good champion, but you need to be very decisive. If you make mistakes, your champion turns so weak so fast, and if you do so consistently, then this champion is definitely not for you, but it's most certainly a very fun champion. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and obviously, see you soon for more RiftGuides content.